Hello everyone, this is Nahe over here at Sacred Kernel, coming back at you with a tarot reading. This one is, very specific to the day, with it being 22/11/22. So I just wanted to do something a little bit special in honor of the day, the portal in the day. So I have no idea what's going to come up. This is just a general message for the collective, messages from Spirit that, everyone in the collective should be aware of, given the the portal on this day. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, doing the double oracle card thing again, just to make it a little bit more special. So it says here, advice, tone, advice from Spirit, moose, wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. And then next is paired advice is music for manifesting. To manifest rapidly, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. Okay, so immediately I'm sensing that message here is that after this point in time today, the veil, the separation between, the spiritual realm and the everyday mundane realm is going to be a little bit looser. It's going to be a little bit weaker. There's going to be a lot more individuals who, never realized that they had any sort of spiritual abilities, starting to recognize some of that within themselves now. And I think that as a collective, we're all going to be tapping into messages within music, at least more specifically coming off of today, this most recent period after today. Okay, some more detail in the situation. All right, so this looks like I'm sensing an energy wherein here in the collective, work has already been done to anticipate this. You might have already been receiving some messages that things were, I don't want to say loosening, because I feel like they've been loose. I feel like they've been loose more or less since I personally have been feeling stronger influences of energy since, Halloween, Samhain, when we know that, spirits walk a little bit more closely to the mundane world on that day. And I just kind of feel like there's been, for the stronger energies out there, they just, have felt the ability to stay. So this, to me, this Eight of Pentacles here is an indicator that, there's quite a lot of individuals out there who are seeing signs more so than they used to. Okay, so it kind of leaves you to have an inkling of this. Because of this, it makes you feel more prepared for stuff that's coming through. The Queen of Pentacles energy is one that is, really on top of their game. Someone that, is able to manage all facets of their life reasonably well. Finances, home, self-care, all of that. Like this particular energy is a very well-rounded, solid, stable, positive energy. I think we should all aspire to be the Queen of Pentacles in one way or another. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So this here, this card is like, reaping what you sow, investigating the seeds that you've planted. I really feel like this is an indicator from Spirit, and I've been seeing this too, and I've been seeing, other people, other readers talking about it, is it really feels like this is a comeuppance period. If you've sown love and light, you will be reaping love and light. If you've sown darkness, or you've been just trying to clean up your karma, then you will still be feeling that. And some things that you thought that, you know, maybe, or you maybe forgot about some bad stuff you did in the past, you're going to be seeing that karma right away. Like all of that stuff is getting cleared out. I really feel like with this energy, you know, with the wisdom, the hints from the wisdom, and this right here, it's like Spirit is warning us all, you know, that it's like, this is the time. Like everybody's karmic debts, or, you know, what's the opposite of that? You know, like their slotted rewards, you know, that's all coming through, and it's all coming through fast, and it's all coming through at once for everyone. So the presence of this Seven of Pentacles right here really feels, especially with the World right next to it, really feels like this is a time period that is going to change most, like, I feel like not really anyone is going to be untouched by this period. It may be that some people don't feel it as intensely as others if they've lived a more or less, you know, stable, steady existence, you know. They haven't ruffled too many feathers. They haven't done anything particularly amazing. Kind of like, okay, so if you've seen, if you've seen The Good Place, that show, you're just, you know, if you've been like a medium person, expect to reap medium rewards or medium karma. Let's put it that way. But if you've been someone who's like fought the good fight your whole life, you know, you've had, you know, just toxic people battle you your whole life, you're going to be receiving your just rewards for all of that injustice. And if you've been someone who's been skating by on the backs of others, then you're going to receive your just rewards as well. The power of the World is here, I think, really kind of confirming the intensity of this karma comeuppance. And it really is kind of like confirming that there's a lot of lives that are going to change significantly, excuse me. They're never going to be the same after this judgment. I also feel like that for quite a few of you, it's already started. You know, this new moon season is, it's like, you know, you give or take a couple days for it. I definitely think that for some of you, you're seeing some of this justice. Like for some of you where maybe the effects are more intense than others, you might have already started to see ripples of this. But for some of you, if it's going to be a little bit more low key, that justice, you may not have seen it yet, or you may be seeing it today, tomorrow, something like that. Let's move on to the second row. Okay, we have Unicorn and Father Healing. Unicorn. Infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become legendary. Oh yeah, I definitely sense the dual message here. And then it's paired with Father Healing. Let's go in here. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. All right. Oh yeah, I'm really sensing the message strong in this one. Okay, so let's just break this down a little bit real quick. So immediately I'm sensing the dual message in this. So you know how I was just saying, like, for some of you, this will be your good karma, and some it will be your not so good karma. I don't really want to say bad because there's a lesson in there, and that's also what Spirit is saying here, right? This warning is very clear. Abandon the darkness. So this is really going to be a chance for some individuals who are facing not so good karma to see the error of their ways. Here, let me just break this down a little again. Listen to the spirits of the light, okay? Abandon the darkness, okay? The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you, okay? I clearly see this as a warning to those who are facing their not so good karma, that this is your chance, right? You see these things come crashing down. When it rains, it pours. You see these things pouring down on you at once. Or your karmic, they're going to see these things pouring down at once, and it's so intense because this is an opportunity, kind of like a last chance. I feel like this is an opportunity for these individuals to listen. If they've been in denial for a while, if they've been stubborn for a while, if they've been just too, blinded by the distractions of the mundane plane, the 3D, then this is their chance, because of all of these things, all these coincidences, all these things coming down at once. It's like, it should be enough to give someone pause to be like, what the hey is going on here? What's going on? And hopefully in that moment of what's going on, they see their own involvement in this, and they, connect the dots that, you reap what you sow, basically. And then the other side is for those who have good karma to expect, right? The message here is go beyond the ordinary and become legendary. You're the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you, absolutely, and beauty transforms you. So this one right here, also listen to the spirits of light. I also see that as well, but basically I feel like the rest of this, the other side of this, is a pep talk for those who have, the seen and unseen worlds, those of us who have been tapped in to some of the signs and synchronicities already. This is confirmation for that. And this is also encouragement that because this is a time period of, justice, of, judgment, of sentencing, that this is an opportunity. So while all of the karmics are, enjoying their lessons, those that are not, privy to karmic lessons have the opportunity to not only stabilize, but ascend further, right? So it's not just like, you don't need to be playing catch up with, the demons of the world, because they're going to be too busy trying to remain balanced, which gives an opportunity for those who've been righteous to take the lead, if that makes sense. It's an opportunity. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I can't see if it's going to happen, but I definitely see that, with the veil being weakened, there is even more potential for change and transformation than, we have been expecting, or we have been seeing for the last, several years. So I definitely see that this is encouragement to, like light workers, for example, those that have already been, kind of tapped into the divine, have been trying to walk in the path of light already. This is encouragement that you can become legendary at this point in time simply by, keeping the faith and doubling down on your, moral practices, things like that. And then for those who, have a desire to turn things around in their life, and they thought that they escaped some stuff, like, no, this is your chance to really, honor, like really walk the walk, Father healing, let's break this one down. I definitely am sensing this is your relation to the divine, okay? I know that the divine is a genderless entity. This is the Spirit, right? The Almighty Spirit, the Holy Spirit, okay? There's nothing so mundane as, a gender is associated with it. That's a very low-level thing. But what I'm seeing here, the message here is that, especially for those who have negative karma or not so good karma, this is the challenge, right? Acknowledge your place. You may have previously thought that you were all that and a bag of chips, that you managed to thwart and, you rose above the rules of everyone else, but really you're not, right? You think that you're the entity, and here you're a divine being inside. But if you expand out, you really see how minuscule our lives are, really. So basically, it's just kind of like acknowledging. It's about acknowledging that we are all extensions of the Holy Spirit. I mean, I really struggle with finding like the appropriate term, but whatever you want to use, right? A lot of people say God, but a lot of people don't. But anyway, the idea of the Holy Spirit, of spirit, reconnect with spirit, and then also too, for those who are a little bit more advanced on their spiritual journey, and by a little bit I actually mean a lot, those of us who are a lot more advanced in their spiritual journey, the Father healing aspect here is really a challenge to you, to break free of the last remnants of your, mundane 3D existence, okay? Like, I mean, I've been struggling with this myself, don't get me wrong, but it's like, as a divine being, accept being a divine being, accept that you work with energies, accept that, you can be on an intimate, that you can have a more intimate relationship with certain strong energies or deities or what have you, like what you want to call it. But basically it's like if you're there, but you're still, low-key worrying about filling up your gas tank or like, just those kinds of 3D things, this is an encouragement from Spirit to let the last of that stuff go. Like really, truly have faith, like no matter what, in the divine, Yeah, it's like walk the walk for everyone. Walk the walk. You're talking the talk, now walk the walk. All right, let's get into the tarot. We have the Seven of Wands. The battle's not over. Ace of Wands, big opportunities. Six, ooh. All right, so definitely feeling like, yeah, this battle is not over by any stretch, okay? For those that are on the side of light, they've been working on the righteous side for a while. It's kind of like we're going to level up our abilities. We're going to power up our staff here because there's still a battle being waged. Do you love this feather? I love this feather. Like this feather is the divine on your side. This is like your support that you have. This is your tools, your abilities, your gift, your path, your mission. This is you managing it, and this is all of the chaos that, you need to face and conquer with your mission, with your talents, with your purpose. The battle's not over. It kind of feels like, I mean, obviously the battle's not just begun, but this is a new level. This is a new phase of the battle, okay? Big opportunities for a lot of individuals, okay? For some, they will be receiving, like, do you see how the fog is like almost eating the tail, okay? This is how close a lot of people will be to their end, the end of their cycle on this particular timeline. I definitely feel like there's a lot of people that aren't going to make it. Like there's just going to be a lot of death, a lot of people ending their current life cycle so their souls can start over again, can try again. But for some of us who are on the light path, do you see how the feathers are here? All these white feathers are here. This is you finding your community. So an opportunity for those who are on the righteous path to connect with their tribe, and an opportunity for those who are not on the righteous path to kind of see the light, see that there is a road, okay? And for those people that are just now waking up that karma really, like karmic balance really is a thing, those people have quite a long ways to go. But essentially, I really feel like this is going to be a turning point, really a strong turning point for a lot of people. There's been a lot of, how do I put this? I feel like there's been a lot of entities, a lot more active, enthusiastic energy from entities, negative entities around. And so I don't know how else to say it, but to say that I feel like there's a lot of people that aren't going to make it. Sorry, my heart's weighing a little bit just because it's like, I really genuinely hope that anyone who's facing not so good karma is able to see the light, that they're able to see the correct path, that they're able to see that, you know, when you sow darkness, you only reap darkness. And when you walk the path of darkness, you don't often see, it may not be so easy to see that the end of the path is right around the corner because it's so dark, you know? But if you walk in the path of light, then, you know, sure, you can see all those obstacles, but listen, the path of light is one that you can see. It's the longest path. It's the one with the most rewards. It's also the one with the most trials, right? But I mean, if you overcome those trials, and the rewards keep getting better and better. So I don't know. To me, it seems like a no-brainer, but to some people, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. So the Six of Pentacles in reverse. I really feel like these two cards are kind of going together. You are going to need to give. Okay, as much as you've been giving, you need to give more. As much as you've been giving, you need to give more. As much faith as you've been having, you need to give more faith. You need to still apply it. It goes back to this advice here. No matter what side of the wheel that you're on, you're going to need to provide some faith in the divine. If you're already on the righteous path, you need to provide even more faith, right? Let go of those last, you know, like I said before, those last remnants of the past, of the mundane human worrying about mundane human things. If you're really a divine being, then trust in the divine. Trust in the divine timing. Trust that if you are righteous and walking the right path, that you will be rewarded for such behavior. And if you're not rewarded, you know, with like money right away, then you're going to be receiving the challenge that you need to attain that, okay? Yeah. And then we have the Five of Swords here. So this Five of Swords in reverse, this is you having to be authentic with everything that you do. You can't be, you know, a light worker and doing stuff for likes or for attention, you know? That's not the path. You can't be, you know, apologizing to those that you've hurt in the past simply to avoid karma, okay? That's not how that works. You need to be really authentic. You need to really look at yourself, okay? Break it all down, get into the nitty-gritty here. Just really be willing to open up yourself. My eye is drawn to this particular raven that's like this. It reminds me a lot of the Death card in this deck, where, you know, you have the, I mean, it might be cool if it comes out, but it's got like the raven who's deceased, right, like this, and then it has like the raven, but it also has the skeleton of it being up. So it's like you see it on both sides. I really see, because this card is reminding me of that Death card, when it's flipped, it's like really clear to see when it's like an ending or a rebirth. This is like the rebirth energy to me. So I really feel like this is you as an individual becoming more comfortable, or needing to become more comfortable with being vulnerable. Again, this is something that I personally struggle with, because, you know, it's like, I don't know. I guess maybe it's because I'm an earth sign, right? So it's like I always want to I want to be stable. So I want everyone to see me as stable. So, you know, basically it's just don't be afraid to be open and be vulnerable. This situation may not turn out the same way it has in the past because I feel like there's such a strong energy of karma going on that it's like maybe in the past you were vulnerable and you learned not to be vulnerable because there were individuals who took your vulnerability for granted or made fun of you or something like that. So you thought, oh, well, now I know that I can't be real with everyone. But this is Spirit really encouraging you to get back to that previous, more naive mindset where it's like, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and be me, because there's power in that, right? When you are a healed individual, when you've done a lot of your shadow work, when you kind of get more into this energy, the Queen of Pentacles, it's like, you understand that how other people react to you is way more an indicator of them. It's way more a reflection on them than it is you. You know what I mean? Like, if you are not being bitter about a situation, you're just expressing the facts of what happened, and someone else is like, oh, like they're acting like they don't want to hear it, they brush you off, they're like, oh, that, like, either they're trying to be fake supportive and they say something like, oh, that's so rough, or like, oh, I know someone else who went through that, they're like being dismissive. They just basically, it's like, because they're uncomfortable with the conversation, they don't know how to address it. Either they feel guilty because they have no way of relating to you, or they, the opposite, they're triggered because it is too real or too close to something that they haven't yet processed. There's a lot of different ways to interpret it, and you just kind of have to use your intuition and engage the conversation. But essentially, it's like, don't be afraid to be open with someone if you are confident in yourself, you're healed in yourself, you know yourself well enough that you know that however they respond, you can process that as this other person's feelings or this other person's perspective that is different from yours, instead of an attack on you. You know what I'm saying? So this is really about becoming a more whole, balanced individual. Okay, let's get into this last row here. We have Lynx, Keeper of Secrets, and Mother Healing. Okay, so we have both Father Healing and Mother Healing. Keeper of Secrets. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and in solitude, you will find your strength. Okay. Oh, yeah. So really focus on the, like, tribal imagery in the background of the card. Okay? And then also when we think of the lynx, we think of the forest. Do we not? I mean, I do. Come on now. Beautiful. Beautiful animal. But basically, I really feel like this is Spirit giving that advice that's like, unplug and go outside. And you'll receive more holy messages. You'll get more in tune with everything around you. This is about honing your intuition and kind of gaining clarity within yourself. And then paired with that, we have the Mother Healing. Okay, see this here. Look at them. Teeny tiny seashell bra. As your feelings toward your mother heal, your desires manifest more rapidly and accurately. So to me, the Mother Healing card, so the Father Healing card, right, is like your connection with Spirit, your connection with things outside of yourself. The mother healing card is your connection to yourself, your higher self, your inner child, all of that, okay? Because, how do I really explain this? It's just your inner world and how healthy and balanced you are in your inner world. It is reflected on the outer world, okay? Really easy to connect this to the concept of manifestation, of, self-fulfilling prophecies, of that, okay? You need to have a clear understanding of what makes you happy, what you don't like, where you want to go, how you talk to spirit, so if you're feeling overwhelmed, why are you overwhelmed? What are those triggers? And if you're feeling overwhelmed, what works for you to address it? Do you need to take a walk? Do you need some fresh air? Do you need to go, touch a tree? Do you need to just go sit in your bed for a second? Do you need to, have a drink of water? It's whatever works for you. Do you need to listen to music? Do you need to go work out for a second? Whatever you need to do for yourself. I just accidentally flipped a card. I didn't look at it and it fell face down. So we'll see if this is, I'm kind of curious whether it's upright or inverse and whether it was always upright or inverse, because anyway, this is the card. It just I was doing this and it flipped off onto the floor, but it was face down. So we'll see. Anyway, yeah, so make sure you solidify your connection to spirit. It's going to help you trust your intuition, but it's also saying, understand what it is that helps you connect to yourself. Because once you connect to yourself, once you figure out what your triggers are and what your, things that make you happy, things that please your inner child, it's going to increase your inner knowing, right? Nothing can deceive you when you trust your inner knowing. And trust me that there will be strong karmic energy, okay? The people that are receiving their comeuppance for their bad ways, they have a choice, remember? They can choose to either succumb to the darkness, which means that they will be consumed by whatever negative energies there are and become worse than they were, right? Or they will be hella confused and just now trying to break free from their whole life cycle of confusion and misguided efforts. I'm really sensing a lot of individuals here who lived their whole life, cheating basically, or, skating by or being a bully or, whatever. They lived their whole lives and they thought, oh, I've never received any sort of karma or justice for this yet. I must be really good at it. I must be favored by the divine. Something keeps working for me. I must be, I must be the top over here. But then they're going to come and see this and be like, oh, wow, maybe it was just, I had a good run, they're going to have that epiphany. So, the more in tune you are with yourself and with spirit, the more capable you're going to be to handle this situation, okay? Yeah, take time out from the world and be the observer. So it may be, too, that you get sent into some sort of hermit mode or dark night of the soul as you perceive this spiritual ascension. All right. So we have the Nine of Cups. We have the King of Cups. Upright. We have the Three of Pentacles. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. The Nine of Cups here. So for those that are on the, we'll call it the love and light side of the wheel, this is you coming out on top, right? You probably already have been seeing warning signs, messages that you need to kind of get more on top of your game, or that things are going to be happening very soon for you. And so you've been working on it, okay? For those who are on the more educational side of the wheel, those people are going to be seeing all of these different options, and they're going to have a little bit more, just have a little bit more difficulty seeing which is real, which is not so real. I'm really sensing that. I mean, this is the 9 and not the 7, you know, but I still feel like there's going to be illusions for those people that are in a karmic situation, as in they're going to, like, it's going to be part of a lot of individuals' karma to feel like they have everything and then have it all come crashing down for them. Does that make sense? So they're going to be lulled into this false sense of like everything's all good, and then it's going to be crashed down. But for a lot of individuals who've been struggling this whole time, they're actually going to be in a true 9 of Cups state, okay? Where it's kind of like they have all of this bounty, and the other person is going to be left kind of left wondering where it is, you know, or looking for yours. Yeah, I also am just kind of like, for those who are on the right side of karma, it's like you looking towards the divine is what's going to beget you all of these rewards. You looking towards the sun here, looking towards Ra. Okay, the King of Cups. King of Cups. So this is also your energy. I was just blending it with the Queen of Pentacles. I do feel like the Queen of Pentacles energy does get transformed into this King of Cups energy due to chaos. Like some of this chaos coming through. It puts you in this place where you're no longer feeling like, oh, everything's under control, but more so like, I'm in control. Even though things around me are starting to get a little bit choppy and crazy, I'm still in control, right? You have the moon here, so it's like you still have the moon, your intuition on your side, and that's what gives you some more of this confidence, even though everything's going all crazy around you. I also want to acknowledge how this cup here is not only full, but there's a puddle around it, so it's like your cup is still overflowing. You're still in a really great position, and you're just sitting here. I mean, I kind of feel like you're kind of like the sailboat that's just not at all tossed around all crazy. You're just kind of holding steady with everything being all crazy around you. And this is you working on your business. I also really like zooming in on this card for how our protagonist here is getting these ripe berries from the branch. You know, they're standing on all the hard work that they've built on using the resources that they have, being very clever, being in a way more educated than this bird over here who, as we can see, is picking up cherries from the ground. I mean, they still look good, but they may not be as fresh, right? This is all they can see. They can only see the ones on the ground. But here we have you, who's you've built something. You already had a bit of a head start, and here you are, you know, showing your knowledge. And of course, for some of you who are on the other side of the wheel, it's kind of like seeing other people succeed, and then kind of watching and learning what they do. Knight of Swords. This Knight of Swords energy coming in upright is like, oh, I can get it to zoom, or sorry, focus. This energy right here is a lot like just being ready. I would say being ready for the battle. I like seeing this yellow bird, this still yellow bird. Everything else in the image is like moving, like not just moving, but moving swiftly, okay? This bird here is just kind of like, oh, chirpity chirp chirp. And this, I associate the yellow with it, with kind of like your gut, right? Like, so like your like your solar plexus chakra, right? So this is kind of like you being steadfast in your determination and your knowledge and your power, but being unafraid, being courageous, being willing to go ahead and face the battle, to face everything that's coming through. It's really wonderful energy, and it really is encouraging that these matters are going to be addressed, that this father healing and mother healing will be addressed. And you know what's also coming through to me right now is that it seems like there won't even be a choice. This isn't even a choice because we're in this karma period. I just feel I need to pull this advice up again. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Okay, yeah. So go out and stargaze. I also am hearing that too. Like that is a real thing. Like specifically go out and look at the stars. If it's overcast where you are, still just go outside. Okay, if it's raining, you might want to wear a jacket or something, but you need to go outside and look at the heavens, and you might get some sort of epiphany or download. Alrighty, my lovely collective. Thank you so much for watching on this special day. I hope you have a fantastic evening. Thanks for watching. Bye.